somebody would have to be completely inhumane, because a human can't do this. A human can't just end someone's life, shatter the dreams of a family in a matter of seconds. कोई ना कोई जिसने किया है, देखो सच तो हमेशा ज्यादा देर छुपता नहीं है, बाहर आएगा, कभी ना कभी तो बाहर आएगा, और जिसने जो बोया है उसका फल वो इधर पाएगा ही. I was shocked to see the corruption going on in the society, the corruption going on in the system, which is still prevalent. If your party leader is not doing any work for your MLAs, the MLAs are responsible and have to give answers to their people. If their work is not being done, if they are not getting to meet their people, then they have to do something, right?
Your father was a seasoned politician. He was killed in a prominent area of Mumbai, which is considered a safe city, allegedly by a gangster, Lawrence Bishnoi. Reports suggested that it was due to his ties with Salman Khan. Do you see any iota of truth in this theory?
See, I beg to differ. I don't know what exactly has happened, because I'm just as clueless as the rest of the country or the world, I would say. But what happened that day happened right outside my office, some place where I always go to, and it's not a place where Dad used to go very often. In my entire 5 years tenure of me being an MLA, he, I think, must have come a total of 15 times to my office in 5 years. So it was not his regular place. वो हमेशा उधर नहीं आते थे. But क्योंकि चुनाव था, अगले दिन हमारे बहुत सारी ओपनिंग्स थी, तो पापा थे और हम साथ में थे ऑफिस में, और बस 2 मिनट पहले मैं उधर से निकला, and I told him that, I'm going somewhere, I'll be back in 10 minutes. So he said that no, I don't have. I asked him if he has any work with me. So he said he doesn't have any work with me, but I'll see you at home. So he was leaving home for dinner. It was 9:15 or something, and I was to come back to office and continue my day, because I used to sit in office till 5 a.m. The angles you spoke about, I think lots of media started reporting things even before he reached the hospital. I don't know how and what transpired these events, but I feel, and my family strongly believes that he has lost his life fighting for the homes of poor people. I've made that very clear in the past as well, and fighting for them, because there were lots of issues in my constituency per se where poor people were not getting their houses, etc. And we have always fought for that. My father has always fought for that. So that is something which I believe, for their vested interest or whatsoever, this has happened, and police is investigating, and in a place like Mumbai, in a place like Bandra, see, all these are things which people say, अरे मुंबई में हुआ, बैंड्रा में हुआ, but for me तो मैंने अपना बाप खोया है, तो मैंने तो मेरा सब कुछ खोया है, तो people can talk about law and order, people can talk about this, people can politicize the issue, but for me, I have lost everything. My mother has lost her husband, my sister has lost her father. So for us, it is much more than all of this. So yeah, but I don't know. Till Mumbai police completely investigates the matter, it's been, I think, 15 days now, 16 days now. I feel like we should be getting more answers than we are getting right now.
Absolutely. And, as you mentioned that you very strongly believe that this is something to do with your father fighting a fight for the poor people. Are you talking about the SRA project? Are you talking about the slum rehabilitation authority scheme projects? Because this time around, you were opposing it.
Of course. See, we never oppose development per se. We oppose anything happening against the will of the people. So I have always made myself very clear that if somebody promises you something per se, then you should stick to it. Lots of builders have been promising. See, the main thing is these are poor people. Nobody wants to spend their lives and their future generations to come in slums. Or a lot of people living in high rises say that, अरे ये तो झोपड़पट्टी है. But आपको ये समझना है कि इनकी मर्जी नहीं है झोपड़पट्टी में रहना. सबको बिल्डिंगों में रहना है, सबको गुड लिविंग कंडीशंस चाहिए, उनके आने वाले बच्चों को बच्चियों को पढ़ाना है, अच्छे घरों में रखना है। तो ये हमारा कर्तव्य है, ये हमारा फर्ज है कि उनकी मदद करें। अभी हमारे वहाँ जब आंध्र पूर्व में मैं जब चुन के आया तब मैंने देखा कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सिर्फ पत्रे दिख रहे हैं मुझे, शटर्स दिख रहे हैं कि लोगों को प्रोमिस, पीपल आर मेड प्रोमिस टू, but they have not got their houses. There have been places in my constituency since the last 20 years their houses have been demolished, but they haven't got their new house, they haven't got their rent due. तो आदमी जब देखता है कभी एक बार जल जाता है तो हमेशा चाय फूक फूक के पीता है। तो if something like that has happened in the future also, if builders promise these people, we just be like, listen, if you're sure of something, then sign it. So all I said was that you have to be sure of signing, and then there have been builders who promising things like we are going to give you a house here, and then they move out and they say no, we'll give you a house anywhere else. So that's not fair. Those are the fights which we've always been fighting, because they should, if they've been living in a particular area all their lives, if they are to be rehabilitated, then they obviously should be given their house there only. So that's the fight we've been fighting. We're not against any sort of development. We just want the rights of the poor people to be maintained, and we are fighting for that.
So, you know, as you said that you have been fighting this fight, Baba has been fighting this fight for very long, for so many years now. Why? I mean, what happened at this time?
I'm as clueless as you are. As media has reported that we got some threats 15 days ago, 1 month ago, that is absolutely baseless. Me, my father, we have not received any threats. The family has not received any threats. अगर हमें इसका 1% भी knowledge होती तो we would be much more well prepared for this. My father तो हमेशा is a king-hearted person. I have not till date been able to find a photo of his in which he's not smiling broadly. So I don't know. He's a large-hearted man who had friends across political parties, across all spheres of life. So I don't know. Somebody would have to be completely inhumane, because a human can't do this. A human can't just end someone's life, shatter the dreams of a family in a matter of seconds. It's not something a person with, forget a good heart, a person with a heart can do. So.
Zeeshan, मोटी देखिए बात ये है, जब we are far away from this. I mean, we all come from very small families. Politicians, people who come from politician families, somewhere you guys also understand कि हम लोग डील ऐसी जगहों पे करते हैं, हमारा लीग कुछ ऐसा है कि हमारे पे थ्रेट्स तो है ही हैं, हम ये छोटी बात है नहीं, like nobody will kill me, what will they get? But you know what I'm talking about. So do you think that you deal in a circle where builders or some gangsters can actually take your life? That is the kind of threat perception.
Till 12th October I did not think that. मैंने कभी अपने सपनों में भी नहीं सोचा था कि मेरे पापा, पहले तो कोई भी बच्चा नहीं सोचता है कि अपने माँ बाप का नहीं रहेंगे, बट इस तरीके से नहीं रहेंगे मैंने और मेरे परिवार ने कभी नहीं सोचा था। अभी भी रात को मेरी माँ पूछती है कि वाई हिम, एंड परिवार छोटा हो या बड़ा हो, परिवार होता है। हम भी हर रात को घर पे आके साथ में खाना खाते हैं। हमारी भी फैमिली व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप होती है जिसमें लास्ट मैसेज 9 बजे हुआ था। मेरी माँ ने मेरे पिताजी को पूछा था वेयर आर यू, ही सेड, रिप्लाइड। तो ये सब तो हर परिवार में होता है, ऐसा नहीं कि आई वाज सपोज टू मीट हिम फॉर डिनर, मेरी माँ रुकी थी जब पापा आएंगे खाना खाएंगे साथ में, तो सब चीज़ें थी हमेशा। तो ये चीज़ें कभी सोची नहीं जाती है। हम हमेशा पब्लिक के लिए लड़ते हैं, हम कभी कोई गैंगस्टर्स के खिलाफ तो लड़ते नहीं है, कुछ नहीं करते हैं, पब्लिक के लिए लड़ते हैं। और आज जाके ये पता चलता है कि पहले ज़माने में तो मैं सुनता था, व्हेन आई वाज नॉट इवन बॉर्न, देयर वर लॉट्स ऑफ टाइम्स वेयर आवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स एंड बिग मिनिस्टर्स हैव लॉस्ट देयर लाइव्स, या बट अभी का जो जनरेशन है, अभी का जो एम्पैथी लोगों में है, या सेफ्टी है, या कुछ हम कहते हैं कि मुंबई सो सेफ, इंडिया सो सेफ, ऐसे स्थिति में 2024 में मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था। एंड नॉर डू आई थिंक दैट एनीवन वुड हैव imagined something like this with such a magnanimous thing to happen in a place like Mumbai per se। तो नहीं, हम कभी ऐसे सोचते नहीं है कि हम टारगेट में रहेंगे। हम तो जनता की सेवा करते हैं, और मैं अकेला नहीं हूँ, हज़ारों लोग जनता की सेवा करते हैं, हज़ारों प्रतिनिधि है। तो कोई ना कोई जिसने किया है, देखो सच तो हमेशा ज़्यादा देर छुपता नहीं है, बाहर आएगा, कभी ना कभी तो बाहर आएगा, और जिसने जो बोया है उसका फल वो इधर पाएगा ही, तो कभी ना कभी तो चीज़ बाहर आएगी, तब जाके थोड़ा समझ में आएगा कि इतना कैसी उसकी गंदी सोच थी कि उसने ऐसा किया.
Does Salman also, because since you guys are family friends, does he also believe that this theory doesn't hold any substance? उनके साथ ties के लिए बाबा पे हमला.
Of course, he also believes that there's a larger picture to this. Everything is not what it is portrayed to be. Bhai has been extremely supportive even after the tragic incident which happened to my father. And I think we strongly believe that things are not what they are shown to be. And somewhere down the line, certain people are trying to divert the attention from what has actually happened.
Okay, now a very important question that and it has something to do with Lawrence Bishnoi. He is being accused by the Canadian government for colluding with the Indian government officials for killing Khalistanis in foreign soil. Canada government ने भी ये कहा है, US की government ने भी US Justice Department से उनको सबूत दिए हैं. Now you have joined ranks with Ajit Pawar. Some might also say that that's Lawrence Bishnoi has connections with the Indian government, that's joining ranks with your father's assassin.
Madam, just the previous question we said that this narrative which is being set is somewhere misleading. Now I'm not saying that he's done it, he's not done it, or whatever of that sort. I'm not the correct official to say that. But all these matters which are happening at a larger level, firstly I would like to say that I haven't even got the time to even read about news going on in my city other than what has happened in my family. Forget at a larger picture. I have not been in the frame of mind to even absorb what is going around me. There are some moments which I still feel that I'm walking and talking to you and I go blank. So I don't know much about what you're talking about, the Canadian situation, etc. I would like to read upon that more and then probably give you an answer. But I joined Ajit Dada at a time where me and my family were going through a turmoil. We were ऐसे समय में भी महाविकास अघाड़ी के बहुत सारे प्रतिनिधि हमारे घर पे आए थे. Lots of people came to my house, gave me fake promises, said that as a tribute to Baba Siddique ji, who's been such a stalwart in Congress, we will make sure that your seat goes unopposed. All of that happens. In that also Shiv Sena Ubatta randomly announced their candidature. So in such tough times also NCP, Ajit Dada, Praful Patel ji, Sunil Thackeray ji gave me an opportunity to contest from Bandra, listening to the people of Bandra. So I have not put much thought to it, but I obviously am thankful to the NCP for giving me a chance to contest, and my father was an NCP AP leader, and we always believe that Ajit Dada and his team are always a secular group of people, because they've also been in Congress. Ajit Dada, Praful ji, all have been a part of Congress, and we all have been saddened by the way Congress is turning out to be now. It's not the same Congress that used to be back in the day, and now under pressure of the allies, they're just losing its own core leaders. So yeah, that's what.
Sure, I understand that you must not be aware about the Canadian situation, but now that you are a leader in the Ajit Pawar faction,
right,
and they are an ally with the Bharatiya Janata Party government, which is at the helm of affairs, which is basically ruling the country. आप रीच आउट नहीं कर सकते हैं सरकार को पूछने के लिए कि ये जो पूरा लॉरेंस बिश्नोई एंगल है, because it's not something they haven't touched your somebody related to you. It's the most important person of your life.
मैडम, मैंने हर एक चीज़ के बारे में बात की है. मैंने लॉरेंस बिश्नोई का एंगल, जैसे आप कह रहे हो, उनको नहीं कहा है. मैंने कहा है कि इस दुनिया में, इस देश में, इस शहर में, इस राज्य में किसी ने भी ये चीज़ किया है तो आपकी जिम्मेदारी है उसको सज़ा दिलाने की. मैं तो उनको नहीं कहूँगा कि किसने कहा है, कि जैसे मैंने कहा था कि अस्पताल पहुँचने से पहले ही एक नैरेटिव प्ले किया गया था, तो मैंने ये भी प्रश्न उनको पूछा कि ये जो नैरेटिव प्ले किया गया है ये क्यों प्ले किया गया है. तो अगर ये बोलते हैं कि नहीं इतना इंटेलिजेंस है, तो आपका इतना इंटेलिजेंस नहीं था कि आपको पता नहीं था कि पिताजी पर अटैक होने वाला था. मैंने ये भी कहा है कि ये इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर है, मुंबई पुलिस क्या कर रही थी, सब चीज़ें. मैंने आपको कहा कि एक नेता होने से पहले मैं एक बेटा हूँ. मैंने जो खोया है, लोगों ने अपना मार्गदर्शक खोया है, दे हैव लॉस्ट देयर लीडर. आई हैव लॉस्ट अ फादर, आई हैव लॉस्ट माई गाइडिंग पिलर ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ, which will never be able to be that void will never be able to be filled. So there are all sorts of questions I have asked. everything in my statement to the Mumbai police, the doubts me and my family have, the inclinations we have, the thoughts we have, the events that have transpired, everything has been given to the Mumbai police, and I am hoping that every angle is covered and not only the angle that the media is propagating.
Sure, because I completely agree with you कि ये जो पूरा, I mean, how can a gangster be nicely running his criminal enterprise sitting from the most high security jail, and it's the government's responsibility to not let this happen.
Definitely.
But he has been openly giving threats, he has been allegedly killing politicians. How is this going to happen? अभी क्या वो extort करना शुरू करेंगे? Is he the new Dawood situation?
See, rather than talking about what is happening elsewhere, I would like to concentrate more on what has transpired in my city, in my family. So what has happened here is that we should make sure that all the angles are covered and not only sit and harp about one angle. You should make sure that all the angles are considered. You have to make sure and investigate that angle also. But you have to investigate all the angles on why something like this could have happened, what made this person happen, even if it has happened through this, this angle or this thing, who has made it happen. Because see, probably 2 people are found who were a part of the situation and 1 person is still missing. That's what I've been told. But who has conspired this issue, who has more to gain from this issue is also needs to be found out.
Absolutely. Zeeshan, जब दाऊद एक बड़े डॉन थे बॉम्बे में, मैं तो बॉम्बे से हूँ नहीं, तब आप मेरे ख्याल से छोटे ही रहे हो.
मैं शायद से पैदा भी नहीं हुआ.
आप पैदा भी नहीं हुए थे तभी. And I'm sure Baba and all the politicians must be dealing with it. एक पूरा वो रहता होगा कि किस तरीके से कोई कभी एक्टर आके बोल रहे हैं कि हम पे डर है. अभी ये लॉरेंस बिश्नोई का भी एक डर हो जाएगा क्या? Like, will his powers be unchecked as a politician? Because now you are a politician. How are you going to ensure that I mean,
see, any person who is in the world of crime or who does anything illegitimate to say the least, killing is a very big thing, or any extortion or anything, his persona should not be glorified.
Yeah.
In today's world, you see, we are living in a world of reels, YouTube shorts, Facebook shorts, Instagram. So, if the younger generation today is seeing that certain people are being propagating to be, larger than life, then things like this will happen. Be it whoever, from wherever. And I think that the threat perception has to be countered. And I feel like the Indian police, the Mumbai police are more than equipped to do so, and they need to get to business.
Baba has always promoted secular values in Mumbai. He has always, but that may not be the case with the BJP-led government in Maharashtra, and I don't think so. It's a secret anymore.
So how was that justified with the Congress-led government? Congress is an alliance with SSUBT, and SSUBT all their lives have been with BJP, completely proclaiming themselves to be. There have been in the Mahavikas Aghadi, I have sat on stage where Uddhav Saab has gone and said that Babri Masjid humne todi hai, and we've been on stage. There was a time where Aslam Bhai, me, Amin Patel ji, my dad have been on stage, and something like this has happened. There have been. And I looked at Aslam Bhai. I said, "What are we doing?" He said, "No, I don't want to name him. He's also fighting elections, so I don't want to talk about any person." Yeah. But somebody told me that, "Beta, some things we have to just." Ignore. So I'm like, really? So if Congress is with SSUBT and SSUBT overnight can be secular or they can be extremists. So I feel that is wrong. Extremism in any form is wrong. We live in a secular country. I always believe in secular values. So Ajit Dada has always been outspoken about anything which is happening in the country or the state. And when I left Congress party, I left it in such circumstances also. My father left it a while before me. We also believe that NCP has always maintained its stance on, being secular, and that's why we've joined the NCP party.
Because as far as hate comments are concerned, polarizing comments are concerned, I think Prime Minister is also an example who doesn't leave any stone unturned to say things as it is कि आप कपड़ों से पहचानिए दंगे करने वालों को.
देखिए, मैं इतना ही सोचता हूँ कि कोई भी जो करे, नफरत जो है वो ज़्यादा देर रहेगी नहीं। और नफ़रत फैलाने वाले लोग हर पार्टी में हैं। मैंने कहा है कि जब मैं कांग्रेस में भी था तो कांग्रेस में भी अंदरूनी बहुत लोग हैं जो नफ़रत फैलाते हैं, वो फिर छुप जाते हैं, कुछ लोग बढ़ जाते हैं। तो अगर हर पार्टी में नफ़रत फैलाने वाले लोग हैं तो सभी राजकारण तो नहीं छोड़ सकते ना।
अच्छा, तो लेसर इविल में से
I mean, that is how it is unfortunate for a person as educated as me. When I became an MLA in 2019, there were lots of things that I was shocked to see. I was shocked to see the corruption going on in the society, the corruption going on in the system, which is still prevalent. And I spoke to, I remember, Aditya has also been a friend of mine, and he was my guardian minister. So I spoke to him. I told him, "Yaar, Aditya, ये सब हो रहा है." So he smiled at me. He's also educated, even he understands, and I have nothing against him. But कुछ चीज़ें हैं, and till I feel the younger generation does not completely take over. I feel like the archaic things that have been going on and things have been understood that ये तो चलता है attitude has to change for a country to prosper.
करप्शन तो देखिए ऐसा नहीं है कि ये सरकार में नहीं होता है,
जी।
बट आपको नहीं लगता है ये थोड़ा हिंदू मुसलमान ज्यादा ही बीजेपी करती है?
नहीं।
और महाराष्ट्र में भी आ जाएगा, बीइंग अ मुस्लिम पॉलिटिकल।
मुझे ये पता है कि हम ये चाहते हैं कि अजीत दादा पावर में आए, और अजीत पवार ऐसे व्यक्ति है, ऐसे लीडर है, ही कॉल्स अ स्पेड, ही इज सेक्युलर। हम तो यही कहते हैं जैसे कि हिंदू भी हो वो अपना धर्म निभाए, मुसलमान भी हो अपना धर्म निभाए, और हर किसी को एक तरह लोगों के साथ रहना है और कम्युनिटी के साथ रहना है।
हाँ। सोचिए अभी बीजेपी में से किसी ने कोई एक पोलराइजिंग कमेंट दिया, तो क्या आपके पास ये हक होता है कि
100% नहीं, उनको भी देखो मैडम, मैं तो इतना ही जानता हूँ कि मैंने मेरे पिताजी की परवरिश ली है। उन्होंने मुझे इतना सिखाया है कि गलत को गलत कहना है, सही को सही कहना है। अभी कांग्रेस में भी जब थे तो बहुत सारी गलत चीज़ें होती थी, तो हम ट्वीट करते थे और हमें दिल्ली से फ़ोन आता था कि अरे डोंट ट्वीट दिस, डिलीट इट। तो अभी तो मुझे किसी ने कुछ नहीं बोला। अजीत दादा ने मुझे कहा है बेटा तुझे जो करना है कर, तेरे को जो करना है नहीं। कांग्रेस में तो मीडिया से भी बात करने के पहले हमें 10 परमिशन लेने पड़ते थे। मुझे तो पता नहीं था कि एक चैनल को मैंने कोविड के टाइम पे इंटरव्यू दे दिया था, नॉर्मल इंटरव्यू था, तो मुझे तो शोकॉज नोटिस आ गया था कि आपने वो चैनल से बात कैसे की थी। तो वो फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन कहाँ है? मैंने कुछ गलत नहीं कहा और वो एंकर ने कुछ गलत पूछा भी नहीं मुझसे। बट फिर हमारे पास एक लिस्ट आती थी 12 लोगों की कि 12 चैनल से आप बात नहीं कर सकते। तो मैंने अपने सजेशन में ये कहा कि चलो आपको अगर लगता है कि ये चैनल गलत चीज़ें प्रोपिगेट करता है, जो कभी कभी कोई चैनल नहीं, कभी कभी कोई एंकर्स भी करते होंगे। देखिए मैं जैसे कहता हूँ कि कोई पार्टी में कोई गलत कहता है तो पूरी पार्टी गलत नहीं होती है। बहुत सारी पार्टी के लोग भी ये कहते हैं कि मैं अपने पार्टी के लोगों से भी सहमत नहीं हूँ। तो ये चीज़ें चैनलों में भी होती थी। मगर इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है कि आपके पास रीढ़ की हड्डी होनी चाहिए बोलने के लिए कि ये गलत है या सही है। जो 2.5 साल में मेरे साथ महाविकास अघाड़ी में हुआ, अगर आप ये कम्युनलिज्म को भी जो बात करें तो मेरे साथ भी हुआ है। मुझे काम करने नहीं मिलता था। महाविकास अघाड़ी में सारे एमएलएस को फंड मिलता था, मुझे फंड नहीं मिलता था। महाविकास अघाड़ी में मेरे ऑफिस से 100 मीटर दूर एक ओपनिंग होती थी तो मुझे उसमें बुलाया नहीं जाता था। तो ये सब चीज़ें तो मैंने अपनी लीडरशिप को बोली थी। उनका ये कहना था बेटा मुख्यमंत्री साहब की आपकी सीट पे नज़र है, अब वर्सोवा देखो ना, अब बाइकला देखो ना। मैंने बोला सर मैंने अगर मेरा टाइम एफर्ट सब कुछ बैंड्रा इसमें दिया है, बांद्रा पूर्व में दिया है, तो मैं कोई दूसरी कंस्टिट्यूंसी में क्यों जाऊँ? और अगर वो मुझे राजी खुशी पहले से ही ये सीट अगर दे रहे होते तो हम कभी सोचते भी नहीं कि और करने के लिए, हमारे लिए स्टैंड ले लेते थे। आपके सामने अगर उद्धव जी है, शिवसेना है, और आप उनकी बातें सुनते हो और अपने यंग एमएलए को प्रोटेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हो, तो फिर क्या करेगा आपका यंग एमएलए? मैं कह रहा हूँ कि मैं अजीत दादा के पार्टी में हूँ। अजीत दादा की पार्टी कम्युनल नहीं है, कांग्रेस भी पूरी कांग्रेस पार्टी कम्युनल नहीं है। मैं तो ये भी कहता हूँ, मैंने तो हमेशा कहा कि राहुल गांधी जी का अच्छे आदमी है, राहुल गांधी जी का ऑनेस्ट आदमी है, मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी तो मेरे पिता जैसे हैं, मगर राहुल गांधी जी के भी जो आसपास के लोग हैं उसमें भी थोड़े अच्छे हैं, मगर थोड़े तो इतने खराब है कि मुझे लगता है कि राहुल गांधी जी को पता भी नहीं कि उन्होंने सुपारी ली है कि हम राहुल गांधी जी की इमेज खराब करके रहेंगे। तो अच्छे बुरे लोग हर चीज़ में होते हैं। मुंबई कांग्रेस में भी कोई अच्छे लोग हैं, मगर कोई इतने बुरे लोग हैं कि अगर आप देखेंगे अभी जो सीट शेयरिंग हुई है, मैं अगर मुंबई कांग्रेस में होता तो मैं तो खुल के ट्वीट करता, व्हाट शॉकिंग, मुंबई कांग्रेस में जो सीट्स कांग्रेस जीत सकती थी वो आपने शिवसेना उबट्टा को दे दी है। और हर कार्यकर्ता बोलता है, मेरी जो रैली हुई थी अभी नॉमिनेशन रैली, उसमें कांग्रेस के हर ब्लॉक प्रेसिडेंट थे, यूथ कांग्रेस के हर व्यक्ति थे जो बने गए थे मेरे और पापा के जाने के बाद मुझे निकाला गया यूथ कांग्रेस से, सारे ब्लॉक प्रेसिडेंट चेंज हुए, यूथ कांग्रेस के पोजीशन चेंज हुए, तो उन्होंने अपने लोग बनाए, वो लोग भी मेरे साथ रैली में थे क्योंकि नाखुश थे। अगर मुझे नहीं बनाना था तो आप किसी और को टिकट दे सकते थे पांद्रेस में, मगर आपने सिटिंग सीट को शिवसेना उबट्टा को दे दिया। वर्सोवा इतनी अच्छी सीट है, बाकी भी बहुत सीट्स है, आपने उसको दे दिया। मैंने तो सुना है कि राहुल गांधी जी ने भी मुंबई के लीडर्स को कहा है कि आपने अपनी पूरी पार्टी शिवसेना उबट्टा को बेच दी है।
तो आपने जैसे बोला राहुल गांधी जी, just last two questions.
Yeah.
Just Zeeshan, sometimes when the Prime Minister says something, some statements against Muslims clearly, do you just feel hurt कि नहीं ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए?
See, I obviously, if anybody speaks against any religion, I feel equally hurt if somebody speaks anything against non-Muslims, Hindus, Christians, everyone, because we believe to be in a secular country, and I feel like when I have the right time, when I get the opportunity, whoever has been indulging in something like this, I think there is a room for dialogue, and things can be done in a better way, and things can be. There are many people who are closet communalists who sometimes are not don't come out, but and some people do it in the open. So there are things that are done differently, but every party has such people, and if somebody does wrong, you have to call it wrong.
Sure. Zeeshan, ये जो आपका डिसीजन था ज्वाइन करने का अजीत सर का पार्टी, ये पहले से ही था?
नहीं, मैंने जब मेरे पिताजी ने ज्वाइन किया तब मुझे ज्वाइन करना था, मैं तब भी ज्वाइन कर लेता। मेरे पिताजी जब एनसीपी ज्वाइन किया उसके एक हफ्ते बाद राज्यसभा का चुनाव था। चंद्रकांत हांडोरे जी के जो फॉर्म है उसमें मेरे हस्ताक्षर है, उसमें मेरे साइन है। इफ़ आई वांटेड टू डू समथिंग आई वुड डू सो विथ माय फादर, but I was very unceremoniously removed from the post of Mumbai Youth Congress President, which I won on the basis of merit. Again, if you talk about communalism, I could say that me and another friend of mine from Karnataka, who was the Youth Congress President, all the election results, we came in #1 position, but our results were not declared for 1 year. So we have also encountered a lot of things. I'm not saying that Congress is wrong completely, but there are people wrong in every party. There are certain people who are wrong in every party, and we have to change that. We have to talk to them. We have to make sure that they come on our page, they come on the secular page. So no, I did not join NCP at that time because I was still with Congress, but Congress removed me from all their WhatsApp groups. They removed me from everything. And then I was told that I won't get a ticket. And then after Dad's tragic incident, they came and told me things otherwise, that don't worry, we'll make sure you're unopposed, don't take any decision. And then one fine day, Shiv Sena announced their candidature. So what do you want me to do? I mean, and in that time also Ajit Dada supported me and made me contest from Andhra East. And the people of Andhra East are with me, and we will be winning by a record-breaking margin this time.
Do you think it was legitimate of Eknath Shinde to sort of break Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray? And who do you think is the rightful heir of Shiv Sena?
So I'll be very honestly blunt about this.
Sure.
The MLAs of Shiv Sena UBT were not happy at all. Aditya was my guardian minister, Uddhav Saab was my CM, but there was zero approachability. If somebody wanted to meet the CM also, I remember when I spoke to the Shiv Sena MLAs, this is before the whole breaking thing had happened, I told them that I want to meet the CM. From 6 months I have not got the time. Can you do something? And Aditya has not picked up my call since 2 months. Can you do something? So he was like, bro, we talked like that. I mean, he was a young MLA. He's like, bro, you are a Congress MLA. I am a Shiv Sena MLA and I have not got time since 1 year. So such was the accessibility that they should not meet only. They should not answer calls only. I remember St. Regis, we all were sitting, and this is when most of the MLAs had gone, but some MLAs were not gone. So Aditya, me, a couple of young MLAs from Congress, and 2 MLAs from Shiv Sena UBT were sitting in a room in St. Regis. It was about 4 a.m. We were just discussing that what is going on, so many people have left. And that time, SS, UBT, the MLAs, I won't name them because they are also running the elections. They told Aditya, they said, Aditya, see, whatever's going on, what you guys are also doing is not correct. You all are not doing anything for us. You all don't stand up for us at any time. So Aditya was like, no, we'll sit on it, this and that. And after 4 hours, those 2 MLAs also went away to Guwahati. So we were sitting in a room at 4 a.m. and after 2 hours, my other young colleague called me. He said, did you hear those people also left? And there was such security in St. Regis and this and that. So somewhere down the line, I think they also knew that we are during COVID and all, for 2 years, people had not met the ministers only. So what do you do? And Shinde Saab, right now also, if an MLA wants to go meet him from an opposition party also, be it 2 in the night, be it 12 in the night, his doors are always open.
So basically, he's more approachable.
100%, 150
times
times
more.
more.
Justify breaking a party.
If your party leader is not doing any work for your MLAs, the MLAs are responsible and they have to give answers to their people. If their work is not being done, if they are not getting to meet their people, then they have to do something, right? I'm not justifying anything, but what happened to those people is also equally wrong.
Same question for Supriya Sule and Ajit Pawar.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the rightful heir of?
See, Ajit Dada, if you see, there are so many people. Why did so many MLAs go with Ajit Dada? Because he's always stood up for them. I still remember my first speech in the Vidhan Sabha was in Nagpur at around 1:15 a.m. And nobody was there in the Sabha. Only Ajit Dada was sitting as Deputy CM. Next morning, the first person to enter the Vidhan Sabha was Ajit Dada. So he is the type of a workaholic who's always there. And the speaker at that time was saying that it's been late, let's finish the house. Ajit Dada was like, no, let all these young people talk, then only will the house be adjourned. So he's always a man of metal. And that's what people get driven to. And all the MLAs who I talked to who went with Ajit Dada say that देखो party जो भी थी, we have all respect for Sharad Pawar ji, and who knows, maybe things change also in the future, I don't know. But Ajit Dada is someone who always took a stance for people. When I was not getting funds, Parth is also a good friend of mine, Ajit Dada's son. So I went to him and I told him, see, this is what is happening, my party's people are not standing for me. Ajit Dada made a call, I'm talking about the first 2 years of the MBA, and told them that I'm the finance minister, you make sure that Zeeshan gets all the funds. He didn't need to do that. But he's a person who calls a spade, and people will support such righteous people.
अभी तक आपको इन्वेस्टिगेशन में मुंबई पुलिस ने क्या इन्फॉर्म किया है ज़ीशान?
जितना मैडम आपको पता है उससे मुझे लगता है 5-10% मुझे कम ही पता होगा. मैं क्यों झूठ बोलूँगा? मैं आपको मैं मुझे कोई झूठ बोलने की, मैं तो पेपर पढ़ता हूँ, उसके बाद कमिश्नर जो लोगों को फ़ोन करता हूँ तो पता चलता है कि नहीं ये हुआ है. कुछ चीज़ें गलत भी रिपोर्ट होती है, पर मुझे थोड़ा दुख है कि जितना मुझे पता होना चाहिए मुझे नहीं पता चल रहा है.
पर आप लोग की तो सरकार भी पावर में है.
नहीं, मैंने बात बहुत की है. मुंबई देखो, सरकार है, सही है, मगर काम मुंबई पुलिस कर रही है. मुंबई पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रही है. शायद से बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो जब तक वो सॉल्व हो वो मुझे भी नहीं पता है. मैंने उनको इतना ही कहा है, मैंने सबको ये कहा है. मैं जब CM साहब से मिला, DCM साहब से मिला, दूसरे DCM साहब से मिला, मैंने कहा मैं एक MLA की तरफ नहीं आ रहा हूँ इधर, मैं एक पार्टी की तरफ नहीं आ रहा हूँ, मैं एक बेटा हूँ जिसने अपना बाप खोया है. मेरी आपसे हाथ जोड़ की विनती है कि जब आप इन्वेस्टिगेट करो, जब कमिश्नर साहब से भी मेरी बात हुई, मैंने उनके कहा कि जब आप इन्वेस्टिगेट करो तो आप ये सोच के करो कि आपके पिता के साथ किसी ने किया. तो मैं
क्या कहा कमिश्नर ने इसको?
of course, he was very compassionate about it, and he said that no, Zeeshan, your father was a dear friend of mine also, and I completely empathize with you, and we will make sure that whoever it is, there could be powerful people behind this, there could be anyone, whoever it is, we will bring them down. And right now, me and my family have put our faith in the Mumbai police and the system of the country. And not only for me and my family, but for Dad's supporters all across the world, the country. There were more than 30,000 people who came for the funeral. And more than that, people were waiting outside the hospital. Everyone has been very disturbed with it. So I believe that he needs justice. He's been a larger-than-life hearted person. And I feel like such a person who's such a big-hearted person who smiles so much, who has no enemies across political backgrounds or anything, he deserves justice. Our family really deserves justice. And I'm hoping and praying that we all get the justice we deserve.
Thank you so much for speaking with the Wire, Zeeshan. Thank you for your time.